What the hell is up, YouTube? Jaden back here with another freaking video. Just finished up a nice, succinct, powerful leg day at Planet Fitness. And I thought I'd record a little something that's pretty important, and I think would have made my life a lot easier these past month and a half. And that is, how the hell do you know when you should stop a cut? All right, well, there's a lot of aspects to this, obviously, because it involves, well, first of all, where do you want to end up with that if you're cut? But you should always have a goal in mind, right? That's the first thing. I mean, if I want to cut, for example, when I started coming, my goal was pretty definitive. It was I want to be 176. So I'm trying to cross these streets before I fucking ran over. But my goal was I wanted to be 176. So I cut down to 176, and I said, you know what? I'm so damn fat, goddammit. And so I said, okay, I want to be lean. And I want to be lean enough to where I have freaking abs and I have veins where I've never had veins. And so that's what I said. And it pretty much took me another 16, maybe even 18 pounds, depending on where you count me really definitively ending the cup, but basically 16 pounds until I got down to 160, where I was like, okay, I think I'm done. Second thing is freaking lifestyle. Do you have the opportunity to continue this cut for forever? Probably not. You might have an event coming up, might be going to family soon, vacation. You might only have 6 months, maybe 4 months, maybe 3 months, maybe even less. That's going to determine how long you should, continue the cut. But let's say you're in a situation where you have all the time in the world. You're a university student like me, don't have a ton of obligations, don't have a ton holding you back. You can kind of just, man, if you wanted to freaking cut for 2 years straight, you could do it. Well, what then? Do you cut for 2 years straight? Probably not. The obvious answer, like I said, is okay. Do you reach your goal? Do you reach your goal? Stop. But what if you don't reach your goal? This is what happened to me, guys. I was cutting, got down to 176, said, you know what? I want to be leaner. Didn't realize how long that path would take me. And so I kept dieting. TLDR, 180 days later from the start of my diet, just about 6 months. Not straight dieting, because there were some lapses, but 114 days of a strict deficit. And, well, did I get to where I wanted to be? Yes. Do I think I lost more muscle than I needed to? Absolutely. And the reason why I think that is that I didn't pay attention to this one tenet. And that is, if you feel your diet slipping, if you feel yourself starting to binge or to fall off your diet and to do massive, drastic corrective measures, you need a diet break, because that is a sign of a building up of diet fatigue. So what is diet fatigue? This is basically a tenet that is used to describe a state of being where both your physical and your mental self is done with dieting, with caloric restriction, and any further pushing down that diet pathway is simply going to lead to worse and worse side effects, crash outs, so to speak. I basically got into a cycle in the last month or two of my diet where every week or 2 weeks or 3 weeks, I would have a day on the weekend usually where I would just lose it. I would smash, anywhere from 4 to 7,000 calories over a freaking BMR. It was not good. It was not good. And always, every time, I don't think I ever had one time, maybe one day in the last 3 weeks when I was in Ireland, and I had to bus back the next day, and I was just like, I can't do this. But besides that one day, and I think I actually made up for that a few days later, pretty much every time I would fast extensively afterwards to undo the effects. Did I undo the fat gain that I would have gained? Yes. Did I lose more muscle doing that? Absolutely. Because when you're fasting to that degree, especially after a bunch of really non-nutritive food usually, your muscle's not going to freaking forgive you. It's not going to be grasping onto freaking straws to maintain its position. It's going to be freaking being sloughed off as your body tries to save as much energy as possible when you're in these super strict caloric deficits, because that's what a fast is, right? It's about the most strict caloric deficit you can freaking put yourself into. And so, a lot of times when we're really deep into these diets, we tend to kind of lose track of the macro. I mean, why are you dieting? You dieting to just lose weight? Well, yeah, but you're really dieting to look and feel better, right? Tell me, does binging 7,000 calories in a weekend and fasting for 3 days to undo that sound like looking and feeling better? I don't think so. And so when you feel yourself developing these habits or slipping, that is a key sign that maybe you don't need to terminate the diet, permanently, but you need a diet break. You need to take a week off, 2 weeks off, 3 weeks off, chill out. And guys, that doesn't mean freaking go into a bulk or go into whatever and stop tracking anything, but what it means is eat at maintenance. Give yourself maybe even like a week to just ramp up. Don't even go directly off if you're at a 1K deficit, which is damn steep. I would never go above that. That's what I ran for about 6 months straight. or at least try to, 114 days successfully. If you're doing that, that does not count fast and makeup days, by the way. If you're doing that, 1K deficit, maybe ramp up, go to 800, 500. By the fourth day, maybe aim to be around 300 to 0 in the deficit, and then from there maintain for a week or two. If that's enough to get your mental back, maybe try all the foods you kind of wanted to, get it out of the way. And guys, you can easily maintain, man. If you're coming off a 1K deficit, life seems like bliss. The moment that you can add an extra 1,000, extra 500 calories back in and freaking not have to worry about being in a deficit. I mean, you could eat, a meal's worth of IHOP buttermilk classic pancakes and still be freaking maintaining probably pretty easily. That's where I am right now. And so, give yourself a week, give yourself 2 weeks. Get back to maintenance, chill out a little bit. Hey, if you have 1 or 2 days slightly above, that's okay, right? It's a temporary relaxation period. The whole point is to get your physical, but really your mental back on track. And so if you ever feel yourself slipping, like I said, that is a key sign you should maybe take a break from the diet. Don't fall into the same problem, same pattern, same destructive cycle that I did of, digging deeper and deeper and deeper, which ultimately, got me to my goal, but at what cost? And that's the question. I mean, if you lose 20 pounds of fat, you lose 5 pounds of muscle, man, it's going to take you a minute to gain back, those 5 pounds. It's not like it's lost forever. Muscle memory is a real damn thing. You've gained it back more than twice as fast, almost for sure, but it's still time you got to spend working back in the opposite direction, right? Why not, take the precautions necessary to simply move forward and not have to take any steps back? So TLDR, don't do what I did. Always listen to your mind, to your body. If you feel like it's too much, feel like you're making mistakes, your dieting is more like a crashing out thing or something like that, then maybe take a break, take a chill pill. We can all use one every once in a while. So that said, that's all I have to say. Catch you guys for the next video. Jaden out.